for Monday's lesson, so day 1. And today we're going to be looking at using column addition to add three-digit numbers together. And I will be going through the learning reminders. So the first learning reminder, we are given 2 number sentences here. Each number sentence has 3 numbers, all of which have 3 digits in each. So first of all, it's asking you to estimate the answer to each addition. So we're going to start with this one, the top one. And in order to estimate correctly, what you can do is round your numbers either to the nearest 100 or to the nearest 50, whichever you like. So the example here is given. They are rounding 426 to 400, 257 to 250, and 582, that is being rounded up to 600. So if we add these 3 numbers together, we know that 600 and 400 makes 1,000, and then add the 250 is 1,250. So that's my estimation. I know that when I add these numbers together properly, my answer won't or shouldn't be far off 1,250. So to add the numbers using column addition, we know that we need to make sure that we are putting the digits in place value order in the correct column. So we have our 1s, our 10s and our 100s, and you can see here, if you use the squares in your books, that's really going to help you to make sure that your digits are staying in the correct place value line. So we've had to carry a couple of the numbers over, and the answer that we have got here is 1,265. And I know that that is relatively close to 1,250. So my estimation was good. Okay, for the second one, 275, add 446, add 385. Maybe just pause the video for a second and have a think about how you would round these numbers, first of all, for your estimation. I'll give you a couple of seconds for that. Okay, and I would round 275 to 300. I would round 446 to 450. And then 385 to 400. And then to get our estimation, I will work out the total. Try and do this mentally, this stage in your head. So I know that 400 at 300 is 700. Adding my 450 is going to be 1,150, like that. So I know my answer should be near that. So let's work out the actual answer of the number sentence using column addition. So I'm going to make sure that my digits are perfectly lined up. So 275, add 446, add 385. Now I know most of you will be really confident using this method. At school we've mainly just used it when adding 2 digits, but obviously the same rules apply when you are adding 3. Again, like I said, doing this in your book with your squares is going to be much easier. So let's always start with our 1s, as you know. So I'm going to add this 5, add 5 makes 10, add 6 is 16. So that means I carry a 1 or I carry a 10, should I say, into the 10s column, and the 6 remains in the 1s. Now you can either, when you're carrying, put it underneath or above, like the example here. It's up to you, whatever you feel most confident with. So 7, add 4. So we know that this is actually a 70, add 40, add 80. But as it's compacted, 7 add 4 is 11, add 8 is 19, not forgetting this one here, it makes 20. So that means I'm carrying over 2 hundreds in this case, and we have 0 left in our 10s column. Then finally, let's add the hundreds together. 2 add 4 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My answer, and I can see, brilliant, it's the same as here, is 1,106, which isn't far off the estimation. Okay, there's a couple of practice ones for you to do, which are here. Think about rounding first each number, and then so you've got an estimate before you have a go at these in order to find the actual accurate answers. You've also got another question here, which will have a total more than 1,000. How can you tell this? A clue is your estimating is going to be really helpful here. Once you've had a go at these, the answers are just on the reverse of the slide. So if you pause now, have a go at working these out. And then once unpaused, those are your answers to have a look through. So your task today on the mild and the hot sheets, it's doing exactly what I've just demonstrated. So you've got 8 questions on the mild and hot. Do them both if you're feeling really confident. But what's really important is before you start working these out using the column method is to estimate what your answer might be by rounding. So make sure you're showing that as well. If you're finding it a little bit tricky, which is fine, your answers are there to self-mark. There is an expanded sums activity for you to have a go with an adult. And then to end the lesson, there is an investigation, which is called target sums. And you are using the digits 1 to 9 to make additions of 3-digit numbers. So exactly what you've been doing in the lesson, but you are creating your 3-digit numbers this time. So the only thing is you can only use each digit once in each addition. But obviously you can use them in a variety of different ways. So this is fine. And if we can count up that we've got all the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. None have been repeated. Here, not okay. For starters, we don't have a 1. And that means there must be a double of another number, which is the 4. And actually there's a double 3 as well. So there must be another digit missing as well. See if you can spot that. So that one would not be acceptable for this investigation. So your aim is try to make the biggest total possible and the smallest total possible once you've obviously calculated your answers in each of your number sentences that you are generating. And finally, a total as close to 1,500 as you can. So this will be a trial and error sort of exercise and doing quite a few questions. Good luck with the lesson and I hope you enjoy.